up, you guys? My name is Yarii and welcome to my channel. If you are new, please don't forget to subscribe. Today we are going to do a book review. I read quite a few books, but I hadn't gotten around to doing a Yarii Reads a video again. I will put the playlist of those I've already done down below so you can go and check them out. Today we are going to be reviewing Uglies, which is the first book of the series by Scott Westerfeld. Sorry. Oh, and I thought it was appropriate for me to wear my Howard's hoodie sweatshirt. Well, it's not a hoodie, it's sweatshirt, because Harry Potter are like my, well, the Harry Potter series are my like super favorite best book in the world, and I do have the AC at full blast because we're actually, yes, it is the middle of spring, but it's actually getting closer to summer, so wearing a sweatshirt is obviously super hot, so that's probably what you hear in the background. Now let's actually get started with the book. To be honest, at the beginning it was a little bit slow for me, too slow for me. I actually put it down. I usually don't put down books because I'll get really into them, like with Delirium. I really love them, but this one I had kind of a hard time getting through the first the first chapters. So we actually get introduced in what I think it's like America, well, like United States in the future, like way in the future. I don't think they mention a year. I don't remember reading like an exact year that they mention. But pretty much the background of this is that now it's like the United States in the future, and they are done with racism and they are done with sexism, and they also, I think they were done with, like, I don't know, there was like different things that they battled, because now they're doing a surgery on everybody that turns 16 to make them pretty. So before this happens, they live like with their parents or whatever, and then for school they go to kind of like a boarding school, I guess you can say, or somewhere where all the ugly kids are studying together, like everybody that's before 16. Once you turn 16 and they do the operation on you, they take you to a new pretty town, and there you party, and I guess you get it out of your system, like you do pranks and whatnot, and they're just having fun at being pretty people now. So pretty much what they do is that Dali, that's the name of the main character, which I don't know if that's her in the cover. I'm not sure. She doesn't look ugly to me, but I guess. So Dali has a best friend, Paris, and they're both really excited to get the surgery done. Then because Paris is older than her, like by a few months, I think it's 5 months, he gets the surgery done first, and she has to wait, and all of her friends have already had it. So she's just waiting around. She sneaks into Pretty Town and does something really funny. Like, for her it was really scary, and if I would have done it, I would have been pretty scared too. And she meets there, when she was this close to getting into trouble, she meets a girl named Shay, and that's her new best friend, I guess you can say. She's also an ugly, and also all of her other friends have already left Uglyville. What was it that they called it? I don't remember exactly what they called it. But, well, one day they're playing with a software, and I guess it's like an app, they, like, where you upload your picture, you take a picture, and there you can change the color of your hair, how big your eyes are, how plump your lips are, how slim you are, and you're pretty much saying how you want to be when you become pretty. So supposedly in their school they were taught how before, like in the early ages, there was cases of racism, that people would discriminate against each other's color, and that also those that had like a higher paying job, they were the pretty people, and the ugly people pretty much had sucky jobs or no jobs. So their solution was to make everybody pretty at a certain point. And Dali does actually speak about how weird and how fake she thinks it is that people discriminate each other because of the color of their skin and how pretty they are and all of that. So she finds that unbelievable. But I mean, I guess if you were living in the future, it would sound weird to you because everybody is human, everybody's equal, or they should be equal, they should be treated equal. So yeah, and then obviously something has to happen for all of her plans to go wrong because she was super excited to become a pretty. Like, she does feel ugly, and Shay always tells her, I think you're pretty, and she's like, you're kidding, and blah blah blah, and she's like, I don't know why you say you're ugly, you know, like it's the system that's making you think that way, but you're unique, and I don't know what, blah blah blah. She's like, I don't want to have the surgery, blah blah blah. In the end, anyways, Shay actually escapes, and then I was gonna say Terry. And Dali is forced to find her by special circumstances, which is kind of like, I guess, like an FBI kind of thing, like in the future. So she follows her. A lot of things happen through there. I feel like the trip in itself, it's a pretty boring thing for me to read because it was just not my thing. The cool thing though is that they do once escape to the Rusties, which is what the old cities are called, like the old cities in America. And they see cars and they're like, what are those? Like, that's so weird. And then Shay introduces Dali to a roller coaster, and she's like, what? Why would people ride this? Blah blah blah. And it's just fun to see them react to how we actually live, which is pretty weird because you think that everybody is used to like having roller coaster cars, driving around places, having trains, and I don't know, it's just weird to see them react that way, that they call the train tracks a roller coaster in the ground, and I'm like it's a train track, but okay. So yeah, afterwards they get to the smokes, where that's where Shay escaped to, and Dali gets there finally. And she ends up falling in love with someone, but she kind of had a crush on her friend Paris. So, and it's Paris, like P-E-R-I-S, not like Paris Hilton. So yeah, she ends up falling in love with him, and then something crazy happens, but I won't tell you what because I really want you to read the book. Like I'm telling you, it's a good book. I'm not gonna lie, it's a really good book. It's just that the first chapters are a little bit to read. Oh, and also, something really good that I also don't want to reveal what happens, but Dali discovers something that they do to you in the surgery. Like, she kind of knew for sure that they had to scrape your skin and like sharpen, or I mean not sharpen, what's it called, like shape your bones and all of that, but there's something else that they do to you, and she is just shocked, and she doesn't want to be a pretty, she doesn't want to be turned into a pretty after that. So yeah, and there's, I believe, 2 more books. I think it's pretties and then specials, or specials and then pretties, but I'm really excited to keep reading these. And yeah, if you have read it, let me know what you thought about this book. And if you haven't read it, I recommend it to you. I love dystopian novels. Like, wait, is it dystopian or utopian? I'm not sure, but I love like all of these futuristic stories. Like, some of them are really crazy. I'm actually right now reading this one over here, which is called Unwind. And this one is pretty interesting. It's also, well, it's not the same. It's not the same, but it's pretty similar because it's also like in the future of the US, I guess you can say. Yeah, well, thank you so much for watching this video for YariiReads, and I hope you like this book if you do end up reading it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!